This is the limestone lowdown. Hear the sound when you lie to the issues all around. From every corner, let's make it clear. The change we need is starting here.
Hi everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Limestone Lowdown. Today we're going to go over the November 10th, 2025 City Council meeting.
Yep, here we are. This is our first meeting with, I guess, the hand-picked new council.
Look at that. More of the same, right?
Yep, more of the same.
There used to be a game called, what was it, 7 Degrees of Separation? That wouldn't go over well in this county, would it?
City.
I know the city and the county.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just funny because, everything that we knew about, we knew the connections once we started hearing, which we had already heard who was going to run before they even announced it. But just knowing the connections, and it's almost like comical at this point. And even Harold Wells and Wayne Harper, I mean, they confirmed that they were asked to run. I mean, Harold Wells became a council member back in 2004. So, again, we've already traced the lineage essentially, but tracing it back that far, we knew he was asked to run. Same thing with Wayne Harper. It fits the molds. Alan Creasy, again, District 2 with Harold Wells, Alan Creasy is going to probably become my new favorite councilman, wouldn't you say?
Maybe.
He's been the nicest so far.
Yeah, he's definitely been the nicest. I just hope that he can at least vote no occasionally.
He's good buddies with our least favorite,
yes.
So that's
that's our big rub against him. So hopefully he can be his own man and overcome that.
Yeah.
Vote no occasionally. Ask questions.
Ask,
we're not asking too much. I mean that goes for all of them, but I don't really have any hope for the other one.
Yeah. I mean, again, we've said this is like the rubber stamp. These decisions are already talked about, and especially like for zoning things and businesses. I mean, it'll have had to go through the planning commission and the zoning board, and businesses are. So, businesses have already talked to the city and or business developer. They've already done all that. So by the time it even gets here, and that just proves the point that even any of these, even from a basic paving project, it's already, the decisions have already been made, right? So
I mean, they made it like certain tables. You know what I mean?
So we will get right into the agenda. So,
well, hold on a second.
Okay.
Veterans Day.
Yeah.
So let's thank them, thank all the veterans, everything else. Ronnie Martz said there's between 35 and 36 military veteran employees that work for the city of Athens.
Yeah.
So
Chris Seibert even said as council president, he thanked everyone in the room that was serving, that had served. He may not have been talking to you, but he included everyone in the room. So.
All right, I won't say anything about the chair force this time. That's what we all call it.
So Dana Henry was out. She was traveling. I think she was on one of her trips to Scotland.
Was it Scotland? That cultural exchange?
No, I think this was just through her travel agency.
I would like to know how much money that the city of Athens has made off that, since it was such a cultural exchange and everything else. They're supposed to bring in all this stuff.
That would be a good city council question. For those that are listening, their sycophants will show up just to protect them, to make sure that we don't ask that. So, and they weren't there today. Yeah. Well, there was a couple, but probably because some positions were up for reappointment, and
Correct.
They had to make sure. But as far as their big crowd of people wasn't there.
It wasn't.
So there was a public hearing related to the zoning approval to sell alcohol for an LLC. I think those people were sitting behind us.
They were,
because they were speaking Indian or something. But there was nobody spoke for it or against it. I think that's what they
Nope.
were confused about because they're like, is it over?
Did it pass?
Because
Did it
the
not?
way that they
Yep.
do the public hearings, there wasn't anyone that got up and spoke on the agenda. A lot of these were like reappointments. It's kind of the first stuff with like the new council. We had a resolution to approve retail beer for retail beer and wine on premises for the Days Inn and Suites by Wyndham. Resolution to approve the retail liquor and premises for the Texas Roadhouse. That's supposed to open like next month, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like first part of December. So that'll be exciting. We actually went to the one in Decatur.
Look at that.
Yeah, I make the best steak, I swear. Resolution.
It's not here than there.
Resolution to approve travel education expenses for personnel of the sanitation department, $760.97. Resolution to approve travel and education expenses for the street department, the amount of $362.30.
That was for somebody to get a CDL license.
Gotcha. Resolution to approve travel expenses for the electric department, $46.05. Resolution to authorize the electric services director to accept the low bid of $469,552 from KVA Inc. for the control building and the relay panels for the Athens utilities at the electric park substation. The cost expenses related to this resolution shall be paid from the City of Athens 2022 warrant fund. This was one of those things like, why do we have so much money in all these like warrant funds?
I mean, you're going to say 2022 again. It must have been a really good year.
Yeah, because we've done 2022 a lot. Resolution to approve a one-time appropriation of $5,000 to the Makeaway Foundation in support of the purchase for a mobile sensor unit. The total cost is $30,000, of which $10,000 will be funded from the Makeaway Foundation Board, with the remaining $20,000 to be funded by a $10,000 donation from Representative Danny Crawford and $5,000 appropriations from both the city and the county. The city appropriations shall be funded from the city's alcohol fund.
That's kind of funny. They're using alcohol to buy stuff for kids. But whatever. I mean, and glad Danny Crawford keeps bringing the checks.
Yeah.
Because, I haven't heard. I can only assume he's running for re-election as well.
Oh, I'm sure it's an easy job. And what's it, like $60,000 or $70,000 a year to go to Montgomery a few times and to go hand out a few checks? Yeah. Resolution to let me not because y'all are gonna go tell him to go listen to it, and hell, he may listen already. I don't know. He is good friends with Rex Reynolds, who is a dear family friend of mine. So, hopefully, we do have some things at the state level that needs to be taken care of. Well, you and Mark rode around with him.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You and I covered that,
and we've met him too.
Yeah.
Not sure much came out of that. Not sure that he's done anything, but
he's good at handing out checks, though. So.
Hey, I wish he'd hand me a check. Resolution to approve funding to pave the parking lot at the Activity Center in the amount not to exceed $75,000. So
from what? Where? What year?
From the 2022 general fund surplus capital projects fund.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to say, why do we still have money left over from the 2022 general fund surplus
and the 2022 warrant fund?
Exactly.
But let's talk about another thing.
What's up?
Well, the rest of them are like resolution to approve this, and we're going to pay this person to do the job, but this one isn't, and it's specifically for paving a parking lot.
Who would that be?
Well, I can only hope or assume that Grayson Carter and Son is going to do it, because if it was anyone else, they would have said who the check was going to. Just like the last time when all this started with the paving, we just asked for the bid packet for the utilities parking lot, right? It was $151,000.
Yep.
And it was the sole bid. No other people bid on it. And we just asked for the bid packet. And then miraculously, the project was canceled. Very interesting, to say the least. And then we actually did a public records request because we drove through there months later, because someone had told us, somebody reached out to us and said, that it was paved. And we're like, they literally can't do that because it's not been in front of city council. And they said it was halted. Come to find out, they just resealed it. It was only $20,000. And they didn't even go with Grace and Carter and Son. But funny thing, someone reached out to us and told us what?
What did they tell us?
No, what did they tell us? They're like, they said Grace and Carter refused to do it. They wouldn't even touch it.
Wonder why.
Well, the person that told us that because we were asking about it.
Is maybe there's some bid fraud? Because that's a state level fine. You can't really cover that up on the local level.
Well, it just doesn't make sense at all. Like, if you had a sole bid, and I stand by this, if you have a sole bid and you did all the legwork in May and the city council approved you to cut the check,
and then we come back saying it was too much,
that it literally, it just makes no sense. And we asked for the bid packet that showed XYZ, and then poof, they're not doing it anymore. So.
And just for everybody, it's public works projects of $50,000 or more are generally subject to the competitive bid process. So this $75,000 should have been bid out. So
yeah, and it's like resolution to approve the funding to pave. Again, all these other resolutions, for those of you that have been listening along since we started, when we read these, it says the amount and who it's to. This just says that they're approving the project. And for public works things, anything over $50,000 should be bid, something that's bid out. So it's just
and again, this would go back to maybe there's nothing shady on this if we just provided more information.
That Scott Marshall and myself have said,
beat that dead horse.
Like, provide more information. Yep. Well, most of the time they do. I mean,
read the next one. It's a perfect example of how it should be.
Resolution approving a contract with Axon concerning body camera technology for a 10-year term.
Resolution I.
That one was a good example as well.
Okay,
thank
you.
Bad. So for a 10-year term for an overall price of $300,819.50 and shall be funded from the Athens Police Department capital expenditure account. So yeah, just like Jared is saying, like there's a contract with Axon concerning the body cameras, or Axon, however you want to say it. So it says exact dollar amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's resolution to approve the payment to Shelton Railroad Construction in the amount of $9,176 for repairs required by CSX to the track that services West Rock and shall be funded from the Public Works operating budget. So, see, like those are...
Even the industrial park maintenance line item. Everything you need to know is right there. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we do that on everything? I don't know.
So then we go to resolution to adopt the org chart for the Utilities Finance Department. Resolution to adopt an org chart for the City Clerk Treasurer Department, which includes 9 full-time positions. Resolution to reappoint Annette Barnes-Threet as the City Clerk through the first organizational meeting of November 2029. Resolution to appoint James Hand as the Fire Chief through the first org meeting of November 2029. Resolution to reappoint Anthony Presnell as Police Chief through the first org meeting of November 2029. Resolution to appoint Eddie Alley as Municipal Court Judge through the first org meeting in November 2029. Resolution to reappoint Fraser Lanier and as Fiscal Agent for the city through the first org meeting.
Yes, I had a question. Like, what is that? A fiscal agent? Because you have the city clerk, which I kind of understand, is like the manager of the money and everything else, because, they ask her about the rule suspension and all that. I mean, I kind of understand all that, but that's the first time I've heard about a physical agent. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
So, this question.
Did you look it up?
I did not.
Well, look it up while I go into the next one.
All right.
So then We've also got a resolution to reappoint Hand Arndal LLC as city attorneys, including services as municipal court prosecutor through the first org meeting in November of 2029. That's interesting.
I know, because it said attorneys.
Yeah.
And then it says prosecutor too.
Yeah.
I just wonder does he even sleep? Is he a vampire or something?
Well,
he just seems to be everywhere.
Well, we've had the lady that has filled in a couple times. And then I just don't see how his firm legally is allowed to do any outside work. Like, they shouldn't be.
I mean, I wouldn't think that.
I mean, because if it's Hand Arundel and he's already, or that firm is already like the attorney for so many different like cities, basically.
What, Elkmont? I know Elkmont. Is it Ardmore?
I don't know about Ardmore, but he's over the school board. He's over at Pinson.
Yeah, City of Pinson.
And then now if like, I don't know. And then I guess I didn't realize that it was a municipal court prosecutor as well.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like every single case that there's a prosecutor that our Hand Arndal is who sends somebody.
I don't know.
Like you would think that they have a conflict of interest on doing anything else within the city. So basically, Hand Arndal is literally the only business that they have just is funneling money through the city from the city. That's interesting.
So, a physical agent is an organization or entity that manages financial and administrative matters on behalf of another party. Their responsibilities can range from managing grant funds, handling payroll, and preparing financial reports for a nonprofit to act as a banker for a government, handling its debt, or distribution dividends for a corporation. So,
I guess all those grants for Sunrise Park and, I don't know. You're smiling at me. And then there was the add-on, which is
the Elm Street, the pedestrian bridge. They ran into some, shall I say, bad dirt. They needed more like rocks, solid ground, so they had to dig additionally. And Michael Griffin wanted to bring it up before it got like too much. He's thinking it's going to be $42,000 to $43,000 more, and not to exceed $50,000.
Okay. You can't use the term bad dirt.
Oh, I'm just using bad dirt. I like that. When the dirt's not acting right, it's bad.
Oh gosh.
Right?
Yeah. So
one way or another.
The next thing is the ordinance concerning food trucks and other mobile units.
I know that was kind of an interesting one, wasn't it? Because they had Shane Black go into a whole thing about it.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to pull up and go over it. If it'll load. So let's see. We've got the ordinance has been developed over several months with collaboration from the city clerk's office, zoning, building, inspection, and fire departments. Food trucks in Athens were tightly regulated due to zoning restrictions limiting their operation primarily to special events and nonprofits or farmers market activities, usually for 2 days or less. The proposed amendments, which has gone through the Planning Commission, will allow mobile food vending in a greater capacity than before, though still with operational restrictions. They'll be allowed in certain business-friendly districts with exception to private events. There are specific limitations on how long a food truck can remain at a single property and their operating hours, reinforcing their temporary and transient nature. Regulations including not obstructing fire hydrants, being on a firm service, not leaving trash, not operating on public right-of-ways except during city-permitted special events. The ordinance, pending the council approval, will go into effect January 1st, 2026, but there may be adjustments in the future to tweak that as necessarily. So when this first came out, Shane Black explained it that they limited food trucks to encourage brick and mortar restaurants when Athens had fewer restaurants. But
come on now, you have to say it like that.
Since we have more dining options now, and that the food trucks obviously have like increased popularity across, I know statewide, locally, I'm sure nationwide too. But then the interesting one is the licensing, permitting, and safety requirements. It's always so funny to me when we have ordinances and, our council president, well, and our council president,
inspections are mentioned.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, ooh,
oh, the irony that our city council president is passing this very ordinance talking about the ordinance formalizes requirements previously governed by a mayoral executive order. Food trucks will need a city business license, an inspection, and a safety sticker issued after a safety inspection conducted by the fire marshal, in addition to the Alabama Department of Public Health rules. So it's just so funny that.
So I'm gonna stop you for a second. We can't just keep. This is his first time being council president again, so we can't beat him up too bad.
I'm not beating him up.
So I'm gonna give him a kudo. Okay.
Okay.
This is very rare. This is probably the first time. It may be
my only time.
So I will give him credit for being very punctual. We started right at 4, and then after the break, we started right back at 4:30.
Which has been, I will say that things got really lax with Mr. Lucas. Sometimes it'd be 5-7 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, like we all got lives. Like today, I didn't get to get up and say anything because my son had to get to a sports practice. So it was like I needed to be out of there by no later than 5 today. And so, yeah, so give him kudos with punctuality.
Very time management.
Yeah.
May not know about business license and may skirt getting his slummy houses inspected, but he does know how to keep time.
He is punctual.
So I will give you credit for that.
Yeah.
You go.
You go, Glen Coco.
Yeah.
So there was only one public comment. It was about the pool.
So we're still going to speak it into existence that they're going to sneak the pool in on the tri-green.
150.
Because it connects
to the
connects to the back side of the what's going to be the Make-A-Wish field and all that connects to the back side of that.
Unless they're going to clear out all those trees back there and make it.
I don't see that.
Well,
that part's already cleared. The tri-green part's already cleared. So I think that's.
I don't know.
That's where it's going to go.
All I know is that they will get this pool in place. It's going to happen. They're going to find a way. They're going to find some land. If they have to buy it, they're going to buy some land to buy. They're going to find. I mean, if we wouldn't give so many abatements and incentives to people, we'd have
not money. People, developer.
Well, it's people.
Extraordinary.
It's people. If we didn't do that, we could honestly have fixed Strain Road and built a new rec center. Or if we're not letting employees steal money or embezzle money from the rec center, we could have put that to the new.
$200,000 will go a long way for a pool.
That's another thing. We had someone reach out to us and say that, thank you so much for continuing to ask about the rec center stuff because it's like upwards like $200K that has been stolen. So that was very interesting. We hadn't heard an amount yet, so that was interesting. And again, we didn't even know that when we got this anonymous letter, we didn't even know that there was any validity to it. And so when we actually asked about it and the mayor started stumbling and then Shane Black's like, oh, we can't speak on that. We're like, man, we must have struck a nerve because that was from what the letter said that it was trying to be swept under the rug. And so now we had someone reach out and say that it's upwards of $200K. So, so Jared's thinking it's going to be about the tri-green. I don't know where I think it's going to be. I just know that it's going to happen. This will be something that if the mayor decides to run again, that he'll be able to wear this as a badge of honor. If they're going to try to slide Chris Seibert into the mayoral position, again, this will be
we're going to say hell no to that.
This will be a notch on the belt if they're they're going to make it happen because like Justin had mentioned, like any other towns that put these. I mean, we've went to the one down in, oh my gosh, is it Arab? I think it's Arab. Their facility is so nice, and it attracts a lot of business. A once, poorer area is thriving now because you put things in their other businesses. I mean, heck, for all we know, maybe they're going to put it in North Athens, and they're going to try to eminent domain Mark's part and put it there.
I mean, he does have plenty of water in his ditch.
Yeah,
enough to kayak in. So
oh goodness,
got a good start.
It's funny just making jokes, but in all reality,
if we're making jokes to keep from crying, because it's crazy.
So yeah, Jared's got his ideas where he thinks it is. I don't know where I think it's going to be. Give me some time and think on it. I still think we're going to find somewhere on 31.
It is on 31. The Tri-Green's on 31.
I thought you meant with the old Tri-Green building.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, further down, like Tanner side.
No.
I know where you're talking about. That's not where I think it is. I think it's going to be like where the hospital's going to be built, where that new. I'm not saying specifically there. Okay. I'm just saying further down into Tanner, because there's a lot of
undeveloped land out that way.
Yeah. So I think that is all that we had for this meeting. Again, it was the first one since the council was sworn in on last Monday on November 3rd. And yeah, so we'll see. The next one, I guess, is going to be the week of Thanksgiving, probably even less involved. But it's always interesting when we're there and see what's coming. Oh, yeah. See who's going to show up.
Well, we always got the paper to look at when they try to slide stuff in there.
What?
The paper, the announcements and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, and very interesting is that we saw a public hearing that's coming up on a piece of property. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to keep So anyways, yeah, just food for thought. And another thing is our numbers are drastically growing every day. Especially here locally in Athens and Limestone County. We always reach new states too.
Well, I was going to say that we had a couple more. So we're up to 15 countries and 177 different cities.
Yeah. I would love, so we get emails from people here locally, but for those that are listening in other countries, shoot us an email. We're always wonder what they want to hear. Do you just listen to our accent? You trying to learn English? But anyways,
well, tell them what the email address is again.
Well, it's thelimestonelowdown@yahoo.com.
There you go. Yeah. You got it.
So thanks everyone for listening. Till next time.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.